Well, here's our window. It's all hard. The glue's hard. Now what I'm going to have to do is make some clamps for it. This side of the window's flush, so I'm going to take two little rectangular pieces of iron. This is a 1x1 tube that the frame is. I'll make some little flat pieces. I can tap them straight into that on both sides, and put a little flat plate on here, and this should hold this. Do it all the way around, and then I'll use sealer on the front. But first thing I'm going to do is put me a couple in here and bolt them in, thread them, and see how it looks holding this. Alright, this is what I got. I got two bolts drilled and tapped into here, and I've got a little piece of 1/2-inch sheet metal. It was actually out of a square rod. I've got my little plates in here, got it all cleaned up. I'm going to weld it. I don't know if you can see this tape here. Kind of funny story behind it. My dog just loves to chew stuff, and she particularly likes to chew stuff that I chase her over, and she gets hold of my tape, you know, in 5 minutes the tape's gone, and it's, you know, $5 or $6 a roll. So I caught her to here before she got too far, but I pull off 3 or 4 layers of it. Put it on, you can see all the little teeth marks in it. I hope I keep this from sparking into my windshield. But anyway, that's kind of a funny story. She'll come along and pick up my wire brushes, she chews them up, and I hear this clack on the floor, and I'll turn around and look, and there's a dog with a wire brush. And I'll yell no and start to chase her. Man, she grabs it and takes off. Same thing with the tape. But anyway, little funny story, dog and the tape. Well, I got it welded in. I think I screwed up right there on top. I think we got it welded into the frame just a little, but I've got a little gap back there. You can see the light. There we go. I can probably get a little hacksaw blade in there and cut that out. This one here I did all right on. I will have to take that window out. I need to clean it up and paint it. You can see that. But it's super solid now. I'll go ahead and cut me a couple more little pieces. And of course, as soon as I hit it with the welder, started melting my rubber. But I hit it with air, just cooled it down real quick, so it didn't really get hot. I mean, it did for a second, but I got it calmed down. But I have to pull this out and clean it up. Got some right in there I got to grind down. I need to paint all this bottom. So anyway, I'll have to get that out of there, and I'll try to be a little more careful over here on the driver's side. Alright, here's the driver's side. It's welded good. I hit it with air as soon as I welded it, so I didn't get any melted rubber out of it. It all looks pretty good. It's fairly straight across the top. These 4 places here, this will hold this in real good. And I've got just a little fine gap across the top. I got a little more than a saw blade here. I've still got a fairly good gap across the bottom. But I didn't mark up the windshield or anything. And it's in solid, and I had to move it about 1/8 of an inch. Whether it was not square or whatever, but it's not enough to really have any visual difference in it. But that's in good. I was thinking about what was I going to do here. I think I'll probably, I'm not sure, probably cut off those little 1/2-inch pieces there flush, put a piece of wood or something in it. I'm not exactly sure what I'll do. I'll clean that up. But I think probably what I'm going to do is run a piece of tape around the inside and then squish this thing full of this rubber, or I may use a piece of foam rubber. I mean, I hate to put it in with wet rubber and then let it harden, because I'll never get it out. You know, you have to take a razor blade to cut it out. So I may do this a piece at a time. I'm not sure. I've got the outside. I had drilled some little holes in here for self-tapping screws. Maybe it looks like it might be good to put a few screws and then just fill this whole thing up here with silicone. I'll think about that, whether I want to put it in permanent or what. But before I do, one way or the other, I'm going to have to clean up all this stuff in here and get it ready to paint, and actually squirt some paint on it. So I'm back into Bondo work, but for now this window's plenty good and strong to go drive or whatever, and I'm not going to have to worry about that anymore. I don't know why it took me so long, but it did. So leave me a comment, tell me what you think I should do. Well, there's the next step. I got this windshield out, got it all cleaned up, sanded down. I took a wire brush and I took this rubber out of the channel. I ordered another one for it. It's like 1/4 inch round, soft stuff. I'll put that in. I've got it all taped up real good all the way around, and I've got it put on a piece of paper here. I don't really care too much if I get a little overspray on the car, because I'm going to have to paint it, sand it, and paint it all anyway. But I'm going to spray with this with some primer paint combination. It's semi-gloss, so we'll see what that looks like. At least it'll be a good protection. Now I squirted this down. It's been drying for quite a while. I have a fan blowing on it here. It looks pretty good. It's the semi-gloss. It's not completely dry, but this is 2 good coats all the way around on it. So I'm gonna flip it over here to the other side. I'll probably get me some kind of a block or something, and I can put it on and keep this fresh paint here off. Well, there's that. The other side was the one that took most of the paint, but I've got it sprayed all the way around the corners. All looks pretty good here. This side here is the one I'm going to have to put this is the inside of the car, and I'll put a little bead of silicone right around this, seal it with my finger. But this looks pretty good. Next thing I'm going to have to do is get in here and finish up this Bondo sanding. Get this all cleaned up good all the way around, and then I'm gonna paint this the burgundy. The top's gonna be. So I'm going to have a little bit of work to do that, but the hard part was doing that windshield. Well, this is actually the hard part here, but now that I've got it painted, I'll let it dry good, and I can put it in here, trim this all up, and put some paint on it. I can put the window in. I'm gonna have to pull this dash out of here, and I put some tape on it here so the Bondo wouldn't stick to the dash too much. And you know, this tape's really good for a few days. I've let it set a couple months here while I was doing all this motor stuff. But that's the next part, to get this where this window seats, get that sorted out. Well, I'll upload this windshield video up to YouTube. I want to show you the next part of the project. I've got these cool cowl lights. They're in pretty good shape. Considered almost 100 years old, in real good shape. I got both of them left and right matching, and I did a little searching on the internet, and basically they go right here. I think there was a piece that they bolted onto that went over to hold the hood down, but this is where I'm going to put them. I'll probably make some kind of a semi-round plate, something, and this is where they're going to go on the car, one for each side. This one's still got quite a bit of nickel on it. I think I'm going to try to match this. I'll leave the chrome alone, but I'm going to try to polish this piece up. So this will be part of the next video. This is for the driver's side. And I'll get these hooked up, get them bolted onto the car, and I'll run my wires inside. Hopefully that's not right where that 1-inch bar is in there. If I have to, I'll move it back a little just to miss it. But anyway, that'll be part of the next video, and these will give it a touch class. I'm not looking forward to cleaning up all this windshield and painting it, but so I'll continue on this. I've got these cowl lights that I'm going to have to mock up. That'll show up here in the next couple videos, so keep an eye out for it. We'll see how this works out. And like and subscribe, guys. I sure do appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.